YouTube and welcome to a brand new web design tutorial. So in this tutorial what we're going to do is we're going to look over at actually adding the database to our website, or not as such, drawing from the database. Now in a couple of past few tutorials we've looked at CSS to design a CSS style sheet, we've looked at database design, and we added all these database things, and now we're going to look at the final thing, is actually drawing from the database. Now we're going to use PHP to do, and it's going to be really easy. So yeah, so the first thing you need to double check is that your website is called whatever.php. If it says HTML, ASP or anything else, you're either in the wrong tutorial or you need to recreate the page. Simple thing, you just press Control N, Control or Command, or go File, New, and don't choose Page from Template, choose Blank Page, I got random flashing, and choose PHP all at the bottom or anywhere, and just click None, and then click Create. Just create a blank PHP page basically, and then you can redo all this yourself. But if it doesn't say PHP, this won't work. So yeah, PHP, it has to be a PHP type website in order for it to use PHP, just like it'd have to be an ASP to use ASP. If you're not using any PHP code, database code or anything on your web page, you can use HTML. But if you are, you can't. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah. So, let's get straight into it. We've created a database and we've created a basic site. So, let's begin actually writing our code. Now there's two ways you can do PHP code. You can build it directly into your website, and this is good for some things. Or you can do it on a separate page, which is also good. But they have the uses, like if I wanted to draw data inside of this box here, I'd put it inside of it. If I wanted to load, like check a login and then load another page, I'll put it on an external sheet, because it keeps your page neat. It's cool, it's better. So, the way you start PHP coding is you go to where you want to start it. So I want to start it here, underneath enemy. And all you're going to do is put a tag and put a question mark, and it'll turn red. That means you're in PHP. I believe you put question mark, there we go, and if you close it with a question mark. This means we're in PHP mode. But one thing is you've got to do is specify what type it is, which is PHP. So now we can write PHP code in here. Now PHP is a lot different to like any other language, if you've watched all my other tutorials, than you've ever used, because it doesn't use normal static variables, which means you specify what it is. You don't say it's an integer or a string like a database. You don't say anything, you just program it with it guessing what you use. It's still really good to use though. So the first thing we're going to do is, underneath here we're going to type echo, which means print out, and we're going to put hello YouTube. This is just teaching you how to use PHP, and that'll work like that. So you can see, if I were to run that now, it does nothing. As you can see, it just shows a PHP tag. So if I were to actually run it by pressing F12, it will connect to it, upload it, and then you will see it work. Because every time you've got PHP on your page, it needs to upload it to your server in order for it to be used. And now when it loads, you should see hello YouTube right there, look. So if we were to press right click view source then, there, view page source, you can see it just says hello YouTube. It doesn't say absolutely anything about PHP. Now that's a good thing, PHP is not seen on there. Now there are probably hacks which show you PHP, but yeah. So, there it is. So let's start then. So, firstly, if that didn't work, go to Site, Manage Sites, and double tick YouTube site, or whatever yours is called, and in servers, make sure you've got testing clicked. Just tick it, make sure they're both ticked, and that'll allow you to upload and test. So, we need to actually begin connecting to a database. Yes? So, also, you can't put hello YouTube plus my name is Dan. That will not work. It won't show you an error because Dreamweaver is not very good. But it will not work. You have to put a dot instead. Dots mean pluses. Yes, I know, it's confusing. But it's easy language to learn. See? do the exact same if I load it up. Anyway, while that's loading, I can get rid of that. So, it should be loaded by now. And you will see, boom, hello, my name is Dan. There you go. See, there's no space, I could have put a space in, but yeah. So the first thing what we've got to do is actually get ready to connect to our database. So the first thing we need to do is actually specify the details in order to connect to our database. Now this is really simple, and whenever you do this, you're going to do it for every single one. So you can often create a template as well if you really want to store the temporary code. So the first thing we need to do is create a variable to store these details. It's really simple. You put a $sign, one of those things, you hold shift and press 4, and then we're going to type connection, or you can type anything you want. This is just a name. You can type corn, you can type cheese if you really like. And then you put equals, and this is where we start to begin telling it our detail. So we're going to type MySQL _ connect, and it'll go blue, meaning you've got it. And what that'll basically do is create this variable with connection in order to connect to MySQL. So MySQL is the database we set up right here. This is MySQL right there. So we're basically saying con equals connect to our database. So basically as soon as we click that or tell it to use that, it'll go straight to our database because we're going to put passwords and stuff in. So we need 3 things after this. So brackets, and inside we need what do we need? We need server name, which I'll get you in a minute, username, and then password. That's the 3 things we need. And I've got that column mixed up. So once we get all them, put a semicolon at the end. Then if we get all 3 of those, it will connect to our database. It won't do anything, but it will connect to it. Now we need to find the server name. But first, the username is this thing here. I've already got this for you. So you can, yours might not be that. To find yours, go back to T15 or WordSpace and load it up, and go to the database section, which is usually, as you can see, I have to log back in. So you get back to this, and then you can scroll down and find PhpMyAdmin or MySQL databases. Click any one you like. I'm going to click MySQL databases, and right here you can see database username. That's your username. So copy that and put it in there. So you can see it's the exact same. Next one you need is MySQL host or server. Copy that and paste it in here, like so. And then the final one is the password you set. Now I already know that my password is flying donkeys, so I can put flying donkeys right there. See? Much easier. So I can get rid of that now. So we've got that there. And now that is basically the connection for our website. So if a database needed to connect, it'd use that because it's already said store it as that. So the next thing we're going to do is specify which database we want to connect to, because we might have multiple ones. And now this is really simple. All we do is type MySQL _ select _ DB, and it'll highlight itself. Then same procedure again with brackets and everything, but this time we put the name of our database. Now to get this, go back to the site, and it's right next to it, look. So copy, go back in, paste. And now, with using that, we can actually tell our database, our website, right, connect to this server using this password and username. So it'll do that, it'll return saying which database you want, it'll say this database. That's simple, and it's even in plain English, roughly. So, the next part I'm guessing, well, I'm not guessing, the next part is we've got to literally create the SQL for it. We build the SQL into our website, which is really cool. And anything between these tags won't be shown, unless you tell it to. So we're going to put on a $sign and put query. Query is just a fancy databasey way to say question. I have a question. Or what to do. You can call it anything you like as well. Anything with a $sign you can call whatever you like. So query, you could call it question, you could call it database stuff, what to do list, Simpsons, I don't know. But yeah, and after this we're going to put equals and 2 speech marks. Or you can put quote marks, either one you want. I prefer to use speech marks when talking about SQL, because you have to put quote marks in for, stuff. So, the first thing we want to do is select everything from our database, don't we? Yeah. So we're going to type select *sign from the name of our table, superheroes. Now you notice I haven't put quotes on it like my PHP does. You don't have to put quotes on. I don't know why they do it. It must make better sense. It must make it work better, or I don't know. But yeah. But one thing I'm going to do is add to this and type order by. And basically this means is get everything from our table, but order it when you get it, or display it to us, or reorder it by, and then we type a name of a column. So I'm going to type name. So it goes name down. So it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G. If you want it to go descending, I'm pretty sure you just put desk. I can't remember. Ascending is I don't know how to spell ascending. But desk will make it go the other way. We'll try that after. And yes, double slashes work well in PHP mode. Yes, I know. You could actually technically create a entire website out of just PHP. I'll tell you that later. But yeah. So the next stage for us is to actually activate this query with these connections. So it's connected to the database, it's selected the correct table, but it doesn't know what to do with this. So we're going to tell it to literally say, do this with the database, and it's really simple. So we're going to put $, and we're going to call it something like result, or rs, or return, or data, anything you want. I'm going to put result, because that's what I always use. And we're going to put equals, and then we're literally going to say, use this query. It's really simple. So we're going to type again, MySQL, yes, there's a lot of MySQLs, query. And by the way, we're nearly done. So yeah. So MySQL query, and then what query do we want to use? Well, that $, query, so our SQL statement query. There you go. So it'll connect, it'll do everything, and now this little thing here, as soon as you run your website, will contain every single detail of that superheroes table, and order it ascendingly by the name. Really simple. So the final stage, what we've got to do, so we've connected to it, we've told it what to do, all we've got to do now is actually do what we want with the data. And now what we're going to do is, like I showed you the echoing, where we do echo blah blah blah, we're actually going to do that with the data, echo it directly to our web page, so it'll be cool. So, what we need a way to say, go through every single bit of this data, because we can't just type result.name or something. It doesn't work quite like that, although that would be very awesome. So what we basically need is a loop. So this loop's going to go through every single bit of data it's got. Really simple. So we're going to type while, and yes, we are going to use a while loop for all you programmers out there. You can use a for loop, but a while loop seems to always work better when you're going through database. So while, and then we're going to create a new variable inside this called data. So while there is still data, and we need to actually set what this data is going to be. So we're going to type equals MySQL fetch associate, which basically means we've still got to specify it like. So we just put here result. So basically, for each data, for each item inside result, go through. MySQL fetch basically means get the data from here, which goes to here, which grabs the data using this query, which connects it like so. So we are nearly actually done. This is in here is where you type it, and this is the exact same for selecting all over. It's really good. So here you can type whatever you like. So if we type echo and then type data and then in square brackets and a semicolon, in here we tell it what to get. So what do we want? We'll get name. In fact, let's make it better. Why not? So echo and in speech marks, hello. My name is, and then put a space after it, speech mark, dot. My name is, and then it'll print their name. Then we put another dot after dot, and my power is dot data power. We haven't done the enemy yet, but we can. And literally, that's it. Obviously, for secure reasons, we've still got to close the connection down, because we connect to it, and that connection's open, so that means everyone can jump at it and attack it, which you don't want. So you close it really simply by typing MySQL close, and then specify what you want to close. So that'll open your connection, within a millisecond do all that, close. That simple. Now if you open it, still one little thing, but as soon as you click run, it'll upload, it'll come on and it'll fetch it and bring it back. It won't be very neat, it'll just be loads of lines. Actually, that's going to look awful. I want to change it before it uploads it. So after this, because that's going to print HTML out. Never mind. Hello, my name is Dan. Okay, didn't work. Yeah, it's because I cancelled it, that's why. So after this, I'm going to put a dot, and then I'm going to put an end tag P. Like so. And then I can go back to beginning and put a P tag. And what this will do is put them all on separate lines. So upload, you can click it and press the blue arrow, that's what I usually do. So it'll upload to the internet, and then when we go back to the internet, click, refresh. Hello, my name is Duke Amazing and my power is shape changing. Hello, my name is HydroCat and my power is cat control. And as you can see, it works perfect. And this is automatically formatting itself down because it's 50% of the page. If we do this, you can see it automatically folds itself for mobile view. How do you like that then? Yeah, come on, I knew you'd like that. It's cool, isn't it? You've just drew from a database. Congratulations. This is what turned web design around for me. I hated it. Absolutely detested it. Then I learnt PHP and ASP. It's amazing now. But yeah, there are so many things you can do with it as well. You can even format it if you really want to make it easy to read. See? Look at that. Much easier. Hello, my name is blah blah blah. That's simple. Or we can change it like this, for example. Here's another way to change it. Instead of putting all that, we can put echo, and in these speech tags, and a semicolon, we can put div id equals, and don't forget it won't help you that much. And don't forget you've got to be careful with your speech marks as well, because if I put a speech mark here for that, it's going to error. So you want to use a quote. It still works the same. So id equals, what should I call it? I don't know. Superheroes. There we go. Superheroes. And then I'm going to close it off. And then, after this, I'm going to put a dot. And then all this can go after. There we go. So, close it there. So, echo div id blah blah blah. Do all this. And then right at the end, we can end it again with /div. And you might be wondering, well, what have I just done? Why didn't I keep it on the same line? You can keep it on the same line, actually. There we go. So my name is data, and my power is data p tag, right? So now if we go to our style sheet and copy superhero names, paste it below, and call it superheroes. Yep. And then in here we can change it around. You'll not be able to see it yet, but it'll work. So I want it to be 100% of whatever it's in. So don't forget it's inside this one, so which will only be 50%, so it will be 50% of our page. So the background colour, I will make it, gotta go with a bluish. I don't want a border radius on it. I don't want it to curve, I just want it to be straight, and I want it to be solid. Yeah, 100% of what it contains, that'll do. So, we've just added that. Nothing's changed until we upload it again. So, it's still uploading. Look, you can see it uploading. It will turn an error sometimes saying it's not uploaded, it failed. Just re-upload it. If it doesn't work, give it a day or so. But yeah, so, it's nearly done. Any minute. So there's other things we can do as well. Like, if we didn't want a P, we could use BR, like that, which is basically the equivalent. P is holding enter, so press enter once. It encounters an error. See? Like that I said. How did I guess it would? And it's been modified, yes. It's because we modified it, it returned an error. But yeah, P is equivalent to holding enter. /BR is shift and enter, which only does a line break. Go back in, press enter. And it's deciding not to work. So we'll try re-upload it again. There we go. Done. Now let's see if it works. So let's upload our style sheet as well. So click your scripts, upload style sheet. No, not download. Cancel. Upload. Because don't forget you've edited it, but we never uploaded it because you're singly clicking. Go back, let's try again. Still not working. And actually spell the tags right. I didn't put superheroes, I put superhero. Like that. So yeah, spell it right, upload all. So you can just click the site and upload it, but I prefer to do it manually. So if we go on, click our thing, and then when it loads, refresh, boom. Hello, my name is Duke, amazing. And as you can see, it doesn't look the best, because I'm not good at design. And you can see it hovers over, which we can fix with padding. So if I come on, just here, and underneath superheroes type padding, and then left, just putting padding will do everything. So if I put left and put 5px, at the left side, it'll be slightly indented. In fact, I don't want padding. Padding's for the inside. It's margin you want, I apologise. Padding is inside the box. So inside this box, if I were to put a padding of 5, it'll probably be like that, without an underscore. If I put a padding of 30, it'd be like that or something, yeah. That's what it does. Whereas margin will do outside the box, which is what we want. So margin left, if I put 10px, and then do the same for right, then when we run it again, it'll actually pad that box out nicer. So here, where it's overlapping, it won't be doing that. It should be in slightly. So when we refresh, boom, as you can see, it's padded it down a little bit. Because it's at 100%, it's still there, so we could turn it down a little bit. So like, change it from width, from that to say 98 or 90. That'll do. I believe it's minus for that actually as well. But yeah, so that's it, all I'm going to show you today. Thank you for watching, I hope you liked it. Like I said, you could read this code right now and tell me what happens. I bet most of you could. It's plain simple English. Connect, select database, what do you want to do, get the data, for everything in there, print it out, close. See? Really, really simple. And we're going to look at encryption soon for connecting and everything. So refresh and you'll see, looks a lot better now, and we can still resize. As you can see, it resizes to the web page. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.